Good morning. Lassie, stay. I'm really saying good morning to YouTube, Lassie. You don't have to take that as your roll call to... That's his roll call to wake up. Oh, Lassie, you are funny. Most of the time, she doesn't even bother sleeping with me. She sort of sleeps outside most of the time, but last night I think she stayed here all night. She obviously fancied our multi-story apartment last night. Well, it's gone 10 o'clock and I've literally really just woken up, or trying to come to at this moment in time. I think I fell asleep around about... Well, I did use that that torch, the Sunblesa torchlight that I didn't have to pay for, that they sent me. Oh, Lassie, steady. That's the... Lassie. That's my airbed. I'm very... It's a bloody battle of the airbeds here. I am... Oh, bloody hell. Lassie. Oh, bloody, I don't think Rod Howell had this much trouble with bloody emu. Oh, ow. I'm sure Rod Howell didn't have this much trouble, Lassie. Hang on. You've got to... Oh, ow. You've got to mind the airbed, Lassie. Oh, I mean, look how much room we got in here, because we've got multi-storey apartment block here. We've got an absolute ton of space. Oh, Lassie. Bloody hell, Lassie, you're hard work, aren't you? I was trying to say to ladies and gentlemen that we're just waking up. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and we're just waking up. Most campers have probably packed up and pissed off home by now, and we're literally waking up. I mean, I did wake up, you know, a bit earlier, but I have to say I put my head back down again for quite a while, certainly until now, until 10 o'clock, and I thought, oh well, I better put some effort into moving and making some tea and having some breakfast and try and get going in the not too distant future. Oh, let's see. Oh. Go on then, where'd you go? Oh. Yeah, let me go and... I do worry about my airbed with her. Oh. Right. Now then, I'm gonna try and make myself a tea in a minute. Oh, dear me. Oh, she's funny. Oh, yeah. It's funny old weather out there at the moment. It's the sun's sort of half out there, and it's been raining not for very long, to be honest, maybe the last hour or so. Oh, but we're very well protected here in our multi-storey MLD Grace Solo Tarp. You see, you didn't know that Mountain Law Design made multi-storey tarps. This is a multi-storey tarp. We've actually got this step business thing here, so we actually have to step into we we actually had to step into this one. I don't think Ron quite understands the idea of ultra lightweight when he designed this one, because with you know, to get the multi-story effect, you have to bring half of Dartmoor with you just so you can form this. Oh, there's a bit of a breeze. There is a bit of a breeze that comes through occasionally. This multi-story effect. Oh dear me. Alright, well I don't know where Lass is going. She's wandered off. It wasn't supposed to rain actually until later on, about 4 o'clock or something like that. Although I can't remember, maybe it said there'd be a little bit of rain in the morning, and then hopefully it goes, because it's not supposed to rain until this afternoon, and then I think there's some rain coming in later. But anyway, I think for the moment I'm going to make a tea and probably some breakfast. Why can't I go for that really? Oh, bloody hell. Oh. I think all that. It's no wonder I don't do very much walking normally. I think all that walking has knackered me out. Oh dear. And I still got to get back to the car later on as well. It's about 2.5 or 3 miles or something. Oh God. Normally it's about an hour. Oh. You want to come in here? Let's see. Hang on. You come in, but you behave. Come on then. Now settle down. No, you come in here and you behave. Because we've got to cook. I got to cook something. Well, boil up some water for some tea. Oh, let's see. No, stay. Stay, Lassie. Oh. Oh, you're feeling a bit left out this trip, are you? Well, I think you've had quite a lot of filming. I don't know about a lot, but you've certainly had some. Look, I got to make a tea, Lassie. Oh. We've got to come to as well. It's been 10 past 10. You know how time goes. 1 minute it's like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we still haven't gone. And it's going to rain about 4 o'clock. It's raining now, but it might rain at 4 o'clock, and we really don't want to be walking if we can avoid it. It's coming up to 10 to 12. And I thought I ought to slowly start to, you know, pack up. It has stopped raining. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get most of the stuff in the pack and kind of like go from there. I could really do with some cheese and crackers before I actually get going. And I will make another tea, but I can get the vast majority of my stuff in the pack really kind of like, you know, in a minute really. It's perfect here because that's where I was you know, sleeping down in there. That was like in the no, it's not the basement. No, we don't sleep in the basement. It's not the basement. We were down in the posh area down there, and we can sit up here. In fact, we can sit up on this little steppy thing here, where we can bend our knees. We can do knees bending, knee straightening, knees bending. It's very comfortable. It's a brilliant spot, this. Luckily, it's not raining. If it was raining, I'd be having to do everything undercover, but given that it's not raining, I can literally bring my sit mat out here. Luckily I brought the long one with me. Always got to have a long one. And basically just sit here, and then I can put the pack there in front of me like that. So, you know, I can in quite comfort here, and I'm mostly sheltered from the wind. You kind of got to duck in to get right out of the wind, but as long as I'm sort of somewhat under cover, that I'm out of the wind. That's it really. We're just going to start the, as I say, we're just going to get the bulk of the stuff in. I've got my, it's definitely a bit cooler than yesterday. Obviously, today's Friday, so Wednesday when we were walking to Fairtor was bright sunshine, and Wednesday was very, very warm. Yesterday, Thursday, was quite warm. You know, I can't remember if I wore my jumper or not. I don't think I did. I think I packed it. Yesterday, it was warmer than today. Today is a bit on the cooler side. I might probably maybe take it off before I get walking, or I just walk with the jumper on, and then, you know, maybe just take it off when I get walking and start warming up, which I probably will. But yeah, this has been, I slept very, very well. And like I said, just another little tip, which I have told you before, and I think I mentioned it last night, but if you find that the ground that you're sleeping on, because you can see here, it's coming down here. It's not a big down, but it does come down. You've got several options. If the ground isn't perfectly flat where you are, obviously if it's too uncomfortable, you know, you're not going to pitch there anyway. But if you do have a patch of ground that comes down on you, as it were, like I said, put your clothing that you're not wearing under there. You know, you're bound to have something on you that's reasonably soft that you can put under that space, just to lift the airbed, you know, up a little bit, to make it a bit flatter. So, you know, even if the ground's not perfect, you can usually put something under the airbed just to level it up, you know, a little bit. 1 o'clock, it's definitely on the blustery side. I've checked the weather meter, and you can see, one little tip for you if anyone's using this is don't reset it. Don't reset it with the wind cover on, because if you do that, it's going to record the minimum wind speed, as you can see there, as 0. And the minimum wind speed today has not been 0 all last night. There's been a breeze, albeit last night not so much, but more now. But I don't think there's ever been a time when they were 0. So, oh, that's my hat gone. Hang on a minute, we're going to rescue my hat. Oh dear. It's all happening today. So yeah, so, you know, just, you know, open it up, as it were, and then reset it. And the maximum speed that we have had, I thought was 20, but is now showing 23. So whether we've just had a gust come through that was 23, I'm not quite sure. Let's have a quick look around the tarp before I take it down. Now, you remember I used those MLD shepherd hooks last night because I was kind of curious. I always thought that they were pretty good, but you can see that's a shepherd hook there. It hasn't shifted. None of them have shifted. I mean, obviously the earth here, those I just used the carbon core, they haven't shifted at all. Okay, I'm not saying use shepherd hooks, you know, in a storm, and I'm not sure I would risk it, you know, with the Trail Star in, you know, very, very windy weather. But I certainly think that, you know, in breezy condition, in reasonable ground, they will grip, you know, very, very well. Go on then, go and find some splashing. I'm not coming all the way out there. Go on then, go and splash. Go on then. I'm not getting my feet wet, but you go on then. Go on then, go and splash. Go on then, go find some splashing. Don't expect me to get my feet wet again. I got them wet yesterday. Go on then. Go on then, splashy. I'm sure we'll find splashing later on. That's the tarp pitched, and I have to say it did very, very well. There was a small, I hope that rain cloud doesn't come over this way just yet. It looks a bit bleak. There was a small drop of rain for about an hour or so earlier on, but that seems to have passed anyway. I think I'm going to get walking, because I really don't want that rain cloud coming over. It's not supposed to come over until later. But anyway, that's the MLD Grace Solo Tarp, and that's one dog wanting some splashing, so we better go and find another river for her. Okay, well, it's quite blustery up here. I think I might know what happened with that Trail Star video, and it's an extra check which I will try to remember to put in. But it appears even when the road go is attached, but either not turned on, or maybe the wire is not fully attached, that the onboard microphone of the GoPro Hero 10 still works. And of course, when I'm looking at the lines at the back, if it's very still with no wind, you see here, we're just walking along here, and there's a great big hole right there, probably running down through there. So one minute you're sort of up here, and then your foot could sink down in there. So you do have to just be a little bit cautious with where you're walking. Now I'm walking and talking, and if it's very windy, then the microphone, even the road go microphone, is going to pick up some of the wind. So when you're testing it, you might think it's picking up your voice, but it might actually be picking up the wind, or it might be the onboard unmuffled microphone that's picking up the sound. So when it's windy, a little tip for microphone users is, rather than just doing a 1, 2, 3 or a test like I normally do, when it's very windy, actually tap the microphone, and if it's working, you'll actually see those taps appear on the levels. And it might just be that the onboard microphone was working, like I said, but not, maybe I hadn't turned it on, although I was pretty sure I had turned it on, but maybe I hadn't put the wire in properly. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're slowly making our way kind of in the direction of Great Links Tour, which is that big one there. That's Green Tour over there, and then those two funny things there are Gunner Goats Tour, and then obviously Bleak House is at the foot of those. We don't necessarily really need Green Tour or Bleak House. We've done that, you know, several times and recently, so, and I'd rather cut a tiny corner if we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim, we don't need the map and compass because we know where we're going, but we're going to aim for the left hand side of Gunner Goats Tour, as in the left tour and the left hand side of that tour. And from there we know that there's a path or a track because we've used it, so we'll be able to pick that up hopefully. So that's my aiming point, as it were. If you look over there, so now actually we can't see Sharp Tor, but that's Chat Tor, that one there. Let me see what I'm pointing at. So this one that you can see, that little nipple there, that's Chat Tor. Sharp Tor we now can't see, which is where we went over 2 days ago. And then that's Hare Tor, that really big one there. So 2 days ago we kind of came down this slope, and then we came across here just further over, and then over to Fair Tor, which you can see on the horizon over there. So that's what we did a couple of days ago. I have to say, in days gone by, when I wasn't really camping and I was just walking, I would have walked from the car over Chat Tor or Sharp Tor, Fair Tor, quite literally back this way and back and back to the car. I'm not sure I'd be doing that these days, I have to say. And I have done even more than that. I think in the past I have actually walked around the back of all of that and then kind of this way back to the car. I'm just walking and talking, as I say, because I want to get back. I don't think it's going to rain for the moment, but I do want to get back before it rains. We do have a semblance of a path through here, so obviously at some stage or another people or animals, but probably maybe people, but not many. I mean, it's a path or a track that we can follow, but it's fairly indistinct, and then it's kind of goes down that way, and we want to go that way. So I think we're just going to take the direct route, and there is a bit of a down and an up, so you can see that obviously when it rains a lot you're going to get, you know, quite a bit of stuff going on here. We've got another big dip here, but it's not I think this is more where they were mining years ago. It probably does get, probably when there's a lot of rain you might get some water flowing here, but generally this is not a stream or anything like that. This is just obviously where they've done mining.
We'll see you again soon.